It was from this initiative that the Wellington Community Interpreting Service was born. The name changed from WCIS to Interpreting Wellington and now Interpreting New Zealand. At that time, Wellington did not have a pool of trained and qualified interpreters, but the need was growing so quickly. As time passed, it became clear to many working at Merck that medical, legal, and educational issues demand quality interpreting far beyond what Merck was able to provide. Staff members Will Nan and Anne-Marie Nan and I set about creating a dedicated interpreting service. I well remember attending the very first introductory course in November 1985, run by Director Will Nan, and then being the trainer of those very first dedicated interpreters. Quickly, the trainees widened from Southeast Asian refugees based to immigrants from China, Thailand, Malaysia, Indonesia, the Pacific Islands.
When I came here, I saw that there are people who need help, so I volunteer myself to help in interpreting and translating. So I get more and more job each day as it go on. That's how it started. For working in the field for 30 years, and when the COVID came, I stopped going on site. Then I thought I will get less job, and also as times go, getting older. But on the contrary, people use phone more. You know, now the ambulance, the emergency hospital, and got more and more job on phone. Even up to today, at 80, I still asking myself, how could I do better?
Interpreter training is important because being bilingual is not enough to provide quality interpreting services. So apart from the knowledge of 2 or more languages, interpreters have to learn particular skills in interpreting. So memory training, note-taking training, but they also have to learn about how the individual services they're going to be working in function. So it's important for them to become aware of how the medical system works, become aware of medical terminology, become aware of all the community services that are offered so that they have a better understanding of the environment in which they're going to be working. So in Applied Community Interpreting Training, we focus on providing the skills that are necessary to work in the community service. So we're going to be looking at medical settings, community services settings, and the legal settings. And then once we go after the training, we have an assessment process in which our students have to demonstrate they have acquired the skills necessary to work effectively and safely in the community.
Mary, so you've
Yes.
been the chair for 8 years.
Yep.
What do you think is the main contribution of Interpreting New Zealand to our communities?
Well, I think because when you come to New Zealand and you might have quite good conversational English or you might have no English at all, but even if you've got good conversational English, you can't be sure that you will be understood when you talk to a doctor or a lawyer or a service provider, and they can't be sure that they will be understood either. And so it's really important to have a professional interpreter who knows that they are going to interpret exactly what each person has said, and they're not going to pretend they know when things get difficult. They're going to ask for clarification. So that whole, our focus on professional behaviour and confidentiality is very reassuring, I think, to everybody. What about you, Sue? You've just taken over the role of chair. What do you think should happen in Interpreting New Zealand in the future?
I mean, I think the main thing is to maintain our great quality service, like you've said. You know, that we're known for that professionalism and being able to do that. So that's really important. And then secondly, I think, you know, investing in our people. You know, we need interpreters to be the best they can be and to support their communities. So You know, we need great training and we need to be able to do that really well. We want to be here for another 30 years.